This video, we will learn the active versus the passive voice and how to convert sentences from the active to the passive voice and vice versa. What is voice? The voice of a verb or an action word tells us whether the subject of the sentence does or performs or the subject receives the action. So it tells us if the subject performs the action actively or the subject receives the action passively. Now, voice is of two types, the active voice and the passive voice. The active voice. Here, the subject performs the action expressed by the verb. For example, Ram sings a song. Here, Ram is the subject, the verb is sing, and song is the object. So here the action of singing is being done by the subject and that subject is Ram. Another voice, active voice example is the leopard chased the antelope. So actively the subject is doing this action, that is chasing the antelope. So when the subject actively does the action as mentioned by the verb, then the sentence is said to be in active voice. In passive voice, the subject receives the action expressed by the verb. Now, the same sentence in active voice was Ram sang the song. Here, in passive voice, a song is sung by Ram. Your song is the subject, sing is the verb, and Ram is the person who did the action of singing. Okay, so now what has happened is in this sentence, what was the object became the subject and the action is being done on that. Okay, on Ram. So we have other sentences in the passive voice. The antelope was chased by the leopard. So the action of the verb is done to the subject. The antelope is not chasing. It was chased. The action is being done on it. The cows will be milked after tea. So the subject is cows. Okay. Cows are not milking. They will be milked. So the action is being done on the subject in a passive voice. Whereas in active voice, the subject does the action. The subject will chase, the subject will milk, and the subject will sing. Rules to change from active to passive voice and vice versa. Very common rule. Bring the object first. Now when we want to change from active to passive voice, bring the object first, meaning when in a sentence there is a subject, verb, object, now you bring that object first. Choose the correct be verb. The be verb meaning to be, is, was, are, am, etc. Change the verb into a past participle and add by. Okay, so look at this sentence. She helps him. She is the subject, him is the object. Bring this object first. So him becomes he. Then choose the correct is form of the be verb, that is. Helped is the past participle. Adding by and she becomes her. Now these are the common rules for changing from active to passive. Then we have the rule to change pronouns when you change from active to passive. I becomes me, we become us, you remains as it is, she becomes her, as you can see in this sentence here. He becomes him, they become them, it remains the same, and who changes to whom. Take a good look at these rules because this is going to help you to change your sentences from active to passive in a correct manner. Okay, now this is your ready reckoner, meaning the table ready for you for reference at any time. Very, very important when you start doing active to passive, because you can make mistakes with the tense. Now in the simple present tense, I do my homework is active voice. I, the subject, homework is the object. Now you bring homework here. My homework. Then you put the to form of the verb, that is, and do becomes done. The participle form of the verb. Now let us take past continuous tense. I was doing my homework. So same way my homework comes first. How does the tense change? From was doing to was being done. Then we go to past perfect. I had done my homework. So had done will change to had been done. Similarly, future, I am going to do my homework. My homework is going to be done. So instead of do and going, we can change any verb here, and the tense will change in the similar manner. Then we have modals over here. I must do my homework. My homework must be done. And I should have done my homework. My homework should have been done. So this table can be used for reference at any time. Now the active and passive voice change the following sentences from active to passive. The two officials are signing the treaty. Yeah, the two officials are subject. The treaty is the object. Are signing is the verb. Okay. Now let us see how it changes. The treaty is being signed by the two officials. She has written a novel. She is the subject. A novel is the object. Now the first rule is to bring the object in front first. Okay, then has written will change to something else, and then we insert a by there. A novel has been written by her. Similarly, the lion was chasing the deer. Lion is the subject. Was chasing is your verb in a tense, that is the past continuous tense, and the deer is the object. So as per the rule, the deer comes in front, the tense changes, add a by, and the subject becomes the object. The deer was being chased by the lion. Mother made a pancake yesterday. A pancake was made by mother yesterday. Anna sent the mail. The mail was sent by Anna. An exercise, rewrite the following, changing. The thieves have been arrested by the police. Okay, first of all, this, what tense is this in? The thieves have been arrested by the police. So you can see have been arrested. You can see the word by there. So you know it is passive voice. Now you have to change it to active. So you take this object, make it the subject. The police have arrested the thieves. He has been invited to their party. Again, has been invited. So when you see the to form of the verb here, okay, you know that it is in passive voice even though by is not there. Okay, so by is not there, there is no object over here, last thing, so you will write they have invited him to their party. We have shipped your order. So directly We is the subject, shift is the verb, your order is the object. So this is an active voice. You have to change it to passive. Your order has been shifted by us. The girl recited the poem beautifully. The girl subject, recited verb. What did she recite? The poem. So we'll start making from active to passive. The poem was recited by the girl beautifully, or the poem was recited beautifully by the girl. The guests enjoyed the party, active voice. The party was enjoyed by the guests. A girl from Chennai won the first prize. A girl from Chennai is the subject, one is the verb, first prize is the object. So now this is active voice, we change it to passive. The first prize was won by a girl from Chennai. Similarly, you will do the other sentences. Answers given to you again only for reference. Try to use the rules and complete the exercise by yourself, changing from active to passive and passive to active. And then check whether you have done your answers correctly. Yes. Voice is like Tom and Jerry. Tom keeps running after Jerry, tries to do some action on Jerry, and finally Jerry gets so fed up that he will start running behind Tom. So we change from active and then this object now becomes the subject.